welcome back to my channel. And this video is going to be about how I became morbidly obese. I see a lot of stories on YouTube about how people lost their weight and things that they're doing and stuff. But for the people who are not always overweight, I never hear the stories about how they gained the weight, what bad habits they picked up, and how things just spiraled and how they ended up where they are. Because a lot of people are not naturally heavy people. I'm one of them. I'm not naturally a overweight person. I have been bigger for most of my life. I was bigger than most people. No, I was like average, and then like as I got older, I started gaining weight, and I was kind of always the heavier one. But I'm 27 now, so my weight has picked up in the last 11 years. I'm going to say in the last 11 years. This weight that I carry now is like a 11-year span of me gaining it and not doing anything about it. Back in 2009, I lost my dad, and I'll do another video on that as well. But in 2009, I lost my dad. I lost him in April of 2009. In May 2009, I turned 16. I was still rather small. The picture that I'm going to try to insert in the thumbnail, if I can't put it in the thumbnail, I'll just post it in here. That was kind of a picture of me in 2009. I'm sitting down, but you can just tell from the picture how small I am. And to me, that was a good, of course, that was a perfect weight for me. I think I was around 160 at the time when my dad died, and I was, like I said, I was 16. And then fast forward to 2010, I ended up pregnant. Later on in 2010, I ended up pregnant with my daughter, and I had her in 2011, and then I ended up pregnant again. Like, I had back-to-back pregnancies, so I ended up pregnant again, and then I had my son in 2012. And then in 2012, I had another major death in my family, which is when I lost my stepmom. And she raised me since I was 8, so she was like my mom. And I was living with her at the time, and that really hit me extremely hard. And as you know, with most people who experience grief, it also comes with depression, and with depression, you either eat or you don't eat. So I became an emotional eater growing up, in my early teens, and as a younger child. I was not an emotional eater. I ate when I was, supposed to eat. I ate to fuel my body, which is what you're supposed to do. But when you're going through stuff, you emotionally eat. So from 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, those 4 years, I had lost both parents, my dad and my stepmom, and I had 2 children. So I coped by eating. After 2012, like I said, I was living with my stepmom at the time, and I ended up having to, long story short, and like I said, I'll do more videos on this, I ended up having to go to a homeless shelter while I was still pregnant with my son, because my stepmom died in May of 2012, and I didn't have my son until October. So May, June, July, August, September, October, those 6 months, I was hopping from home to home until I ended up at the shelter. And then from the shelter, I got my own place, me and my husband. So after that, I kind of just kept on with the emotional eating. Anytime I was sad, anytime I was anxious, anytime I was upset, anytime I was happy, I ate. And I don't just emotionally eat, I overeat. You know, I'm not one of those overweight people who sit around and just eat all day long, but when I do eat, I was having, you know, the binge sessions. And right now, in present day, I have been talking to a counselor about it, and we'll get more into that later on in the video. But I have been talking to a counselor about my eating problem, and I've been dealing with that because it's a lot of stuff dealing with behind grief and depression and anxiety that a lot of people don't understand. So like I said, I dealt with it in a different way. And so not exercising, so basically not exercising, being depressed, overeating is what caused my weight gain, you know. So from age 16 to present day, I'm 26 right now. That is kind of how I gained all this weight, you know. It doesn't happen overnight. People don't end up 200-300 pounds overnight. It's a slow process, and throughout these past 11 years, I have tried to lose weight. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried, you know, I've tried a lot of stuff, and I'll go through that in another video as well, you know, all the things that I've tried. But that's just kind of a backstory on how I gained all my weight. Last year, 2019, it's 2020 now. In 2018, I was going to go through bariatric surgery. I have an older sister, and me and her kind of started around the same time, but she paid out of pocket for hers, and I was going through my insurance. But I didn't go through with the process because I didn't feel like I was doing it for the right reasons. Y'all, when y'all consider doing a major surgery for whatever reason, whether it's altering your body or bariatric surgery or anything, pray about it first and foremost. Talk to God about it. Talk to yourself about it, and make sure that it's what you want to be doing in that moment. Make sure that it's right for you, because I was doing it because, number one, I had always thought about doing it. Number two, but once she did it, it kind of like catapulted me into, yeah, you need to go ahead and do it. But it just didn't feel right. I didn't feel like it was the time for me to do it. I didn't feel like I've tried. I didn't at the time feel like I had tried everything that I needed to do to cut out my stomach. You know, like, that just wasn't it. I was just like, I wrote down a list of everything that I've tried, and I'm just like, you know, it's still some stuff that I could be trying to do to naturally lose weight on my own. So I didn't feel like it was the right time for me to do it. Fast forward to December of 2019 and January 2020, I went back to the bariatric center that I was going to, and I decided, instead of getting the gastric sleeve, I decided on, I'm going to now get the bypass surgery. Now, it's a big difference in the gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass. I can't sit here and go through everything right now, but before, when I was considering weight loss surgery, I was going to get the gastric sleeve, and now if I get it, it's going to be the bypass. One thing I do know, the bypass helps you lose more weight than the sleeve, and I have more weight to lose. And it's also good if you have acid reflux, which I do, and it's also good if you're a sweet eater. I crave sweets constantly. That is my thing, is sweets. So, you know, after talking to my doctor and my caseworker about it, that is what we chose to do. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I got approved for my gastric bypass surgery, and it was scheduled to happen in May. But with the pandemic that's going on in the world right now, and all the elective surgeries being pushed back or canceled altogether, It's not happening right now. My surgery probably won't happen according to the hospital until August or September. So this is where I'm at right now. I wasn't even going to start my YouTube channel until I had the surgery, because I see so many failed weight loss channels. And that's why I said this is not a weight loss channel. I'm just talking about it on here. Um, I've seen so many failed weight loss attempts, and I'm one of them. You know, you'll fall 10 times before you succeed, in my opinion. And I wasn't going to start it until after I got my surgery. I was going to document it and post a video and then go from there. But God had other plans. So again, for the second time, I'm not getting the surgery now. And as of now, I'm not getting the surgery, but it has been postponed until September, August or September. And it might be later than that, because there's a lot of other people who are in front of me who want surgeries, and until the government opens back up and everything is back to normal, in a sense, they can't start calling people in there for elective surgeries, because it's just not happening. So right now, I am forced to continue to lose weight on my own. And from my highest weight, I had lost the 25 pounds that I was supposed to lose to get approved for the surgery, but I gained it back. So I'm back at square one, and I've been talking to my counselor, well, my caseworker at the hospital, and so I was given a lot of nutritional information on how to just continue to lose weight, and that is my goal, y'all. Like, I don't know at this point if I'm still gonna have the gastric sleeve, not the gastric sleeve, the gastric bypass or not. I don't know if I'm still gonna have it or not. But what my goal is between May, June, July, August. Let's just say August. For the next 4 months, is to lose as much weight as I can, so that way, even if I do decide to have it, I've lost more than the 25-pound minimum that I need to have. The more weight you lose before these surgeries, the safer they are. So that is my goal, and how I plan on doing that is to just do simple things, y'all. Cut certain things out of my diet, cut back on a lot of different things. I can't name anything off the top of my head right now, but I did lose 5 pounds as of last week, so I'm pretty happy with that, as long as I'm not gaining. I did lose 5 pounds, and y'all, 5 pounds, 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, if you're losing weight, congratulate yourself, y'all. So I am still losing weight, but I am trying my best to count my calories. I'm not trying to go over 2,000 calories. That is my goal. That is what my nutritionist at the hospital gave me. And actually, she gave me a little bit more than that. I think she gave me 2,200 calories. But I'm giving myself 2,000 calorie limit with that little wiggle room. I'm not eating past 9 o'clock. Also, all I drink is water. I will drink some juice every now and then, because you know you need something, and the juice that I drink is not the healthiest, so I'm going to try to get an alternate option. I've cut sweet tea out. They told me I couldn't have no more sweet tea, because that is it for me, y'all. Like, I don't drink soda. It's sweet tea. I'm an addict 1000% when it comes to sweet tea. So if you guys follow along with my Instagram that I have, that is specifically designed for my weight loss journey, it's not my personal Instagram, so you won't really see any pictures of my kids or my husband on there, but what you will see is full body pictures of me, my weight loss, my weight gain, stuff that I'm eating. So what I'm going to try to do starting May 1st is to try every day or every other day to take pictures of what I'm eating, so you guys can help me stay accountable. And I would really appreciate if you guys follow along with me on Instagram, or if not, follow along on here. And like I said, I will post when I can what I can, but I'm mostly on Instagram. But I just wanted to make this video to tell you guys how I became morbidly obese and what I'm doing now to lose the weight. I don't have a goal number in mind. My goal is to just lose as much weight as I can between May 1st and August or September, so that way I can get my surgery if I choose to, or if not, continue to lose weight naturally. But you know, right now it's in God's hands. Everything happens for a reason. This is the second time the surgery and I got put off, and I'm really not upset about it. God, I always say, put it in God's hands. If it's meant to be, it will be. I'm doing everything that I can. I've said my prayers, but at the end of the day, we want God to have his way, because his way is better than our way. So like I said, this is the story, the short version of how I became morbidly obese and what I'm doing now to lose the weight. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll be posting more videos soon. Thank you.